Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here once again with another video, mainly on Superman and Lois Season 3. So last week, we got the official release date and some, I guess minor or, I don't know, maybe major, I don't know, depends on who you are, details on the final season for The Flash, which does kick off in early February. But many people then moved on to the next question and wondering, well, what about Superman and Lois Season 3? What's going on with that? When is that coming out? And when are we getting some details on that? Well, it took another week or so, but we got them. And along with that, we also got some stuff on Gotham Knights. But of course, we will go over the Superman and Lois stuff first before going over the Gotham Knights stuff. Also because the Gotham Knights stuff, there's not much there to be completely honest. Now, they gave us the release date, a synopsis for this season of Superman and Lois, which is quite lengthy. And we also got some first look photos at Season 3, which caught me by surprise. So for something that's just under 3 months away from coming out, literally by a day or so, I think yesterday would be 3 months until it comes out. That's a decent amount of stuff to get. I mean, The Flash got a synopsis and that was it. And they went, enjoy that. No photos. So yeah. But of course, throughout the video, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below your various thoughts on this, any theories, any predictions. Let me know in the comments. Always curious to read what you guys are thinking. And of course, if you're going to enjoy the video, you're looking forward to the upcoming season of Superman and Lois, why not drop a like on the video to show all that? Now, firstly, we did get an official statement from the CW on these upcoming shows, this coming from the CW president, that being Brad Schwartz, so this is what he said. The new season of the CW's biggest show, Superman and Lois, alongside our most exciting new series, Gotham Knights, will make Tuesdays a can't-miss night of action. With the iconic characters and gritty streets that everyone knows, fans will experience the best season yet of Superman and Lois and be introduced to a hunted group of crime fighters out for vengeance, following in Batman's footsteps on Gotham Knights. But yeah, let's get into all of this because there's, I guess, a decent amount to go over. We don't want to be here for half an hour. So, the official release date for Superman and Lois Season 3 is March 14th. Now, that's a Tuesday, so they are staying on the same day or I guess same night they've been on for the past 2 seasons or so. And of course, this will be at 8 p.m. or I think it's 7 p.m. Central Time in the USA, but the normal time they've been there for the past few years. Now, Gotham Knights, to include them quickly in this portion of the video, they are premiering their series that exact same night on March 14th as well. But of course, they're not going to be airing at the same time as Superman and Lois, so they'll be on after. So they'll be on at 9 p.m. So Superman and Lois at 8, Gotham Knights at 9. Use your own time calculator to figure out what's going on there, but it's one after the other. So Gotham Knights is in a similar position to what Naomi was last season, airing after Superman and Lois. Whether that's a bad omen is a wait and see, but yeah, we'll come back to Gotham Knights later on in the video. But along with that release date for Superman and Lois, as I said, we also got some other stuff. So let's start off with the official synopsis or description for this upcoming 3rd season. Season 3 of Superman and Lois opens weeks after Superman's blowout defeat of Ali Alston. Clark and Lois are now working at the Smallville Gazette together and enjoying small-town life. But the Kent's romantic bliss only shines a light on how isolating the secret can be as Chrissy struggles to balance a new love interest and her friendship with Lois. However, Lois's own work-life balance is put to the test when an undercover assignment reveals a deadly foe that promises to change the Kent family forever. Superman would move heaven and earth for his family, but with a villain this merciless, even that might not be enough. Meanwhile, the Kent boys find themselves being pulled in opposite directions as Jordan discovers what a superhero identity really means and Jonathan searches for purpose beyond the football field. Amid all this upheaval, John Henry is haunted by his doppelganger's past, leading to dangerous consequences for him and Natalie. Lana Lang and Kyle redefine their family post-separation, while Sarah explores what the future holds for her and Jordan now that she knows the truth about his powers. Having learned the hard way that no one else can be trusted to work with Superman, General Samuel Lane reclaims his post at the Department of Defense, only to face his own conflict in working with his grandson, Jordan. So yeah, my thoughts on that is quite a lengthy mouthful of a synopsis, and I guess it's just because Superman and Lois has such a large regular cast with different storylines going on. So a decent amount to talk about here, and we're not even going to talk about everything from there, just the main stuff. So firstly, Clark and Lois working together at the Smallville Gazette. Of course, this was set up last season towards the end where Clark was going to get folded back into the whole journalism side of his life again. But the interesting part around all this is this undercover assignment that Lois is attached to, which reveals a deadly foe. Now, you would have to assume this is Intergang or Bruno Mannheim or both together. Because, like, Bruno Mannheim is the leader of Intergang, but they might be separated for parts of the season. So Intergang is operating on its, like, separately, or at least it appears to be separately, doing villainous things, which maybe attracts Superman's attention. And Bruno Mannheim is doing his own thing. And maybe it's unknown that he is affiliated with Intergang, let alone the actual, head of it. So maybe that's how this season operates, where it's split and then maybe it combines later on to the season. But the thing I'm really curious about when it comes to Intergang or Bruno Mannheim or both is the potential connection to that loose ex-Kryptonite storyline from last season. If you remember, like, it's that big episode where Jordan full-on reveals his powers to Lois and that he can actually be a hero. There was that distribution plant, or like that middle ground for ex-Kryptonite, but that wasn't the hub for it. It was somewhere else, and it's never addressed again since that point. Now, people thought that was like a plot error, like they didn't properly address that, but I think it was literally planting that seed to address it this season, and I do wonder if Intergang is behind that, because they could be using ex-Kryptonite to power their weapons, and that's like the alien connection to their weaponry. So they're just building weapons that are going to be powered by ex-Kryptonite, which makes them very powerful and can even be used against Superman and stuff like that. So I'm very curious to see if that's the connection that we get this season to stuff from previous seasons as well. Now, in regards to this merciless villain, I mean, you have to assume it's Bruno Mannheim, but I guess it just matters in what way. Like, is it unrelenting, where they just don't stop pushing? Or is it merciless to the point where they push too far? They push all the way to the point to, like, threatening to kill whoever might stand in their way, which now that there's so many people folded into, like, knowing that Clark is Superman, there's a lot of people that are now at risk. You know, the secret was just within the Kent family, but now people outside of that know, and that's a lot of pressure there. So it makes you wonder who might be in trouble, or, might be in a bit of danger leading into this third season. Now, John Henry, obviously, he's like thing there with Diggle and stuff at the end of last season was a big hook for this season and sort of brought up Bruno Mannheim. So he's going to be connected to the main story as well. But it's going to be interesting to see, like, him dealing with his doppelganger's past and maybe running into people that have had previous run-ins with him. We also don't know a lot about his past, like exactly any bad things he might have done or any good things he did against bad people, and those bad people want revenge and stuff like that. So what run-ins could happen there, which could have, lead to issues with him as well as his daughter and everything like that. So I'm curious to see how that plays out. And also, we're led to believe Diggle is going to be a part of this storyline in some way. I don't think they'd have Diggle show up too much, because I think they still want it to be a John Henry storyline. And just having Diggle hold his hand through the entire storyline wouldn't be that good for the character of John Henry. But I'd assume Diggle shows up in some way. So just because he planted the seed there and he has all the information as well. So yeah, it could even just be like John Henry going to Argus to get some information there maybe. But yeah, that's a wait and see. And of course, Jordan's power development and stuff like that will be interesting. We talked about it a couple of days ago in my previous Superman and Lois video. Like, Todd Helbing had said, look, don't expect him to be wearing a Superboy suit in episode 1 or episode 2 of season 3, but that's the general progression. So it's not him confirming that there's a suit coming in season 3 and a different style for Jordan as Superboy, but that's a natural progression. So we might get that at some point in season 3. But I wonder if there could be an issue with the DOD being involved, or at least like General Lane with the DOD being too heavily involved with Jordan, and maybe Clark not being the biggest fan of that, and maybe they feeling like we can't control Superman, so maybe we can try and control Jordan more. I don't know if Sam Lane would do that to his own grandson though, so maybe that's a bit too reckless thinking. But yeah, I'm interested to see where Jordan's powers go, because he's pretty powerful now and he's getting a decent control of his powers. But yeah, here are the first look photos that we got. There's only two. And the first one, like, you could tell me that this was from season 1, and I believe you. Can't really tell. It's mainly the second one that is of interest, and that's where we get the actual official first look at the new Jonathan Kent. So you would have preferred if they were swapped seats, because it was more like a front on. But yeah, you can see him here. And I saw people say this, it's like a good thing is that he doesn't look too different, at least from the side, from the previous Jonathan actors. So yeah, this is the official first look. I was sort of surprised they released any photos for it. Because it wasn't even that necessary at this point, at least. But yeah, I think he slides in decently. Obviously, it looks different, so they're gonna have to address it on the oh no, they don't have to, but I wonder if they will. Sorry, I wonder if like they go to school and someone goes, oh Jordan, I mean sorry Jonathan, what the hell, you look a bit different. It's like, oh yeah, I got sunburnt. Something like, say something like, oh no, I got a haircut. It's like, oh Jonathan, did you get a haircut? It's like, yeah, look how different I look now. Like, could do like a funny little joke there. I mean, I think that's expected now. I'd be sort of disappointed if there's no little joke there about the recast. But in regards to Gotham Knights, to finish off the video, as I said, it's coming out the same night as Superman and Lois on the 14th of March, just after Superman and Lois finishes airing. But we did get a synopsis for the season, which I'm not too sure had been released previously. They did release a synopsis before, but I don't know if it's exactly this one. But we'll go over it again, just in case you hadn't heard it before, and just in case it's different. Batman is dead, and a powder keg has ignited Gotham City without the Dark Knight to protect it. In the wake of Bruce Wayne's murder, his adopted son, Turner Hayes, is framed for killing the Caped Crusader, along with the children of some of Batman's enemies. Duella, an unpredictable fighter and skilled thief who was born in Arkham Asylum and abandoned by her father. Harper Row, a streetwise and acerbic engineer who can fix anything, and her brother, Colin Rowe, a clever transgender teen who is tired of being polite and agreeable. With the charismatic and hard-charging district attorney, Harvey Dent, and the GCPD hot on their trail, Turner will rely on allies including his best friend and formidable coder, Stephanie Brown, and unlikely Batman sidekick, Carrie Kelly. But our knights will soon learn there is a larger, more nefarious force at work within Gotham City. This team of mismatched fugitives must band together to become its next generation of saviors known as the Gotham Knights. Now, I've sort of given my overall thoughts on the show, like just on a visual, like first reactionary basis, and like it feels dated. But I do wonder if there's something here. Like Naomi to me was a show where there was something there in like a quarter of it, but like that quarter of the show was decent and the rest of it just wasn't that great. So I wonder if with Gotham Knights, that's like the trailer just doesn't show what is actually good about the show. I think the trailer was horrible, to be completely honest, in regards to making this look different to the point where you'd get people to watch it. But that doesn't mean the show is horrible. So, you know, I like to be like some sort of like an optimistic person, not just shoot down stuff and go, hey, it might be good, so you'll watch it. So you got to give it a chance. I think you got to be fair to the show and give it a chance. Obviously, you don't like the first episode. Fair enough if you drop it. A pilot should hook you. So if the pilot doesn't do a good job there, then I 100% understand that you don't continue. And I might be in the same boat as well. Though I think I'll be somewhat committed to at least getting halfway through the season, at least a few episodes in. So it's a wait and see. You know, they haven't done a great job so far from what we've seen, but they've still got 3 months to release maybe another trailer, which maybe shows a different side of the show and everything like that. Like the only character that looks half interesting to me is Carrie Kelly. And that's because she was involved with Batman and might actually know some stuff. So we'll wait and find out. I have no idea, really. I'm just trying to be as optimistic as possible and not trying to shoot down something before you actually get a decent go at it. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully enjoy the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions on all of this. You're looking forward to Superman and Lois Season 3, any opinions on the stuff we went over and all of that, and any thoughts on Gotham Knights, let me know. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you guys later. Goodbye.